Okay, everybody. Well, I guess we'll get started.
Sure, we might as well.
Yeah, so welcome everybody, and thank you so much for joining us here today. Today we're at the Lazy Tulip, and I just wanted to thank Michelle Huggins, who is the owner of this fine establishment. If you have not been here, please come and check it out because they have the most amazing Eggs Benedict you have ever had.
And she's a fellow Ripple member.
And she's a Ripple member, yes, that's true, thank you. So if you do, like all things right now, we're trying to support local. So one thing that we are trying to encourage people is get out there. I heard Jeff Lehman on the radio the other day talking about, supporting your local restaurants and, organizations. So you can go online, they're at lazytulipcafe.com. Their hours of operation are from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., 7 days a week. So you can come in, you can do pickup, you can do curbside pickup, or you can eat in. You can't see around us here, but she has amazing safety measures in place. So all things are in place to protect you as far as hand sanitizer, barriers from other tables. Staff is all fully trained with certificates on the wall. You name it, she's got it. So we would love for you to be able to come and check it out, and we are so grateful that she has opened up her doors for us to be able to come and do this amazing social today. Yes. So with that being said, we have Cheryl Gotthelf here, who is going to talk to us very shortly about Candlelighters Simcoe, who is the parent liaison, and she is part of the organization and is going to tell us a little bit about what she's going to do with the funds, and we'll talk to her about some questions that we have. So without further ado, but before I do that, I don't want to forget my little shout out. I have a little friend out there in live land who is looking. Her name is Andy Sample. Hi, Andy.
Hi.
We want to say thank you for watching, and we hope that when you get a little bit bigger, you can start coming to these socials with your mommy. So we are so happy that you're out there watching us. I hope you're being a good girl. So I'll pass it over to Barb.
So we just want to go over a few things with you. We miss you. Let's just start with that. We miss you. We miss the vibration of our group. We always talk, Marianne and I, about how after we leave a Ripple Social, our energy is just on fire because everybody comes together for the better of our community. So for that being said, I want to just go over the impact that we have had together. In 2016, we started this, and in 4 years, we have contributed to 13 local charities for the grand total amount of $374,700. Some of you, yay!
Give yourself a pat on the back.
And the crowd goes wild. Some of you have been here since the beginning. Some, this is your first donation. Some have come and gone and come back again. Whatever, though, it's a whole ripple. And we are so, so fortunate to be living in this community that supports local. And not just Barrie, we've got our Aurelia chapter who have done 3 donations for a total of $86,200 in Aurelia.
Amazing.
And Muskoka is just started, and their first donation was $5,000. So the 3 chapters together, we're almost at $500,000, you guys. We're at $461,400.
That's insane. And doesn't it make you feel like even though but you write the check for $100,
yes,
but you feel like every time you do that donation of $27,000 we're at right now.
Right there,
$27,000. You feel
Vanna White.
You've got the sparkly top on,
I do.
which
I'm
is
all
good.
Sparkly. Yeah. So Marianne and I, we dressed up today. We even have sparkly boots on.
We were feeling the need.
We need to connect with you all, and thank you for being on this kindness journey with us. It means so much to us. I always get a little emotional because it's just crazy the difference that people can make if they come together in kindness and love.
Absolutely.
It's just a beautiful thing. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's amazing.
I know, and I'm so grateful that, like Barb said, we are on this journey together, but as a community, and I know we've all seen these pop up, there's, Barrie Family Unite, Families Unite, who have gone out there and done so many things, from I was actually watching the news yesterday and saw that one of the members has gone out and done the card campaign,
Yes.
where students
Yeah.
from Bear Creek Central,
Yeah.
like all of these different local people are getting together and doing the smallest gestures that
Yeah.
are just so kind. If we can continue to do that, it doesn't have to be earth-shattering. It
No.
doesn't have to cost a lot of money. It doesn't even have to be a monetary thing.
No.
It can just be the gift of kindness. So,
Yeah, and the gift of time. You
Exactly.
can't, time is priceless.
yeah, that's what I asked my kids for Christmas. Was the gift of time. So I hope you're out there listening. So with that being said, we would like to move over here to speak with Cheryl Gotthelf, who I had already introduced, sort of, as being the parent liaison for Candlelighters Simcoe. And Candlelighters Simcoe is an organization who supports families who have a child who's been diagnosed with cancer. Our family, unfortunately, had the, I don't want to use the term pleasure of meeting Cheryl that way, but Cheryl came into our lives many, many years ago for that, and she still today is out there doing what she needs to do to
making a difference.
making such a
Huge
difference for so many parents and families out there in the community. So,
And we met at a hockey arena.
We met at a hockey arena.
A lot of people meet at
isn't
hockey
that
arenas.
90% of parents in Barrie?
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
they just meet at the
Probably
hockey arena?
NTR.
Exactly. So, in saying that, we'll start out. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about how you yourself got started and involved with Candlelighters.
I can do that. I got involved with Candlelighters like 16 years ago when my youngest daughter was diagnosed with leukemia. So Kristen was 19 months when she started treatment at Sick Kids. She did 2.5 years of treatment, and now she's almost 18.
Yay.
That's amazing.
Yes.
We're doing college and university
Yay.
applications.
And I
so-
still have one of her original art pieces from when she was little on my office wall.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fabulous. Yeah, so Candlelighters came alongside us when we were going through treatment and made a huge impact, and I just decided I could see the gaps in the system and I wanted to get involved.
Right.
And so I came on board, I guess about 15, 16 years ago.
Wow. And
Wow.
you've never looked back.
Never looked back.
No, which is lovely, and I know there's probably so many families that are so thankful for you, Cheryl, as we are. So tell our members, because they are currently donating their $100 to you. I think we're 2/3 of the way done to our $27,000. So how will that money be used in our community for our families with cancer?
So we're currently using the money for a couple of different programs. Obviously, we're rapidly coming up to Christmas, and we are using funds to support families for Christmas, just to make sure they have everything that they need. And childhood cancer doesn't stop for the holidays. So even just this week, I had 3 new families diagnosed. So we will get them care packages in the next few days to help them initially with expenses, parking passes at Sick Kids. And then we'll make sure that we have their Christmas under their tree, whether they're in hospital or in home. So that, the care package program on initial diagnosis is a huge piece of our funding. Each care package costs $500 to $700. And we're seeing, 15 to 20 kids diagnosed a year.
And that's
in Barrie,
Barrie,
in Simcoe County.
Yeah.
So that is costly, obviously.
Right.
And then we have, obviously, the effects of COVID are hitting families a little differently,
Yeah.
where, both parents where one family often stays home. Now the second parent isn't comfortable out there. They're worried about bringing that home.
For
Right.
sure,
to
that's
their
a valid
kids.
concern.
So we have a COVID emergency fund too, as well as our regular emergency fund that families can access if they don't have money for gas and groceries.
Right.
So that's, a few different programs, but the money all getting into families where they need it during the journey.
Great, because what some people don't realize is when you're going through a cancer journey, although a lot of the treatment may be free through our healthcare, but there's the gas, there's the parking, there's lunches out, there's people off work. It's just It's endless.
And the bills continue to come
Yeah,
in.
they
The
don't
bills
stop.
never stop. So your mortgage still needs to get paid. You still have to pay your hydro. You still have to pay
Yeah.
your cell phone bill. You still have bills to pay, and you have a loved one that you need, that needs your support now at that time more than ever. So it's really important that those parents are there, and it's so amazing that Candlelighters can help with that burden. You know, whatever the help is that they need. So. Can you tell us, like, how many, like, I mean, right now, actively, I know you said that there are 3 families that were just, unfortunately, received the news that they're going to be, you know, having a bit of a journey right now for cancer with their child. How many families right now are you working with?
So we have 52 families on active treatment, so with kids going regularly to the hospitals, and those families are the ones that will receive the Christmas package and for the holidays. So 52, and then we support an additional 50 or so that are just finished treatment that still need supports for the siblings and their families, because it doesn't end the day treatment ends.
No. And it's not just for the child going through cancer, it's for their whole family. Because a lot of times, even though, you know, you're focused on one child, you don't mean to drop the ball with the other children, but life is busy and you're focusing on a little wee one, right? That's
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
And no matter how hard you try, like, I mean, it's a balancing act of making sure that the needs of the other kids are looked after, as well as the needs of that child who's going through the treatment. So there's so many different dynamics to it. It's about juggling everything and making sure that, you know, everybody gets through it, you know, as best they can, especially mom and dad too, you know, like, I mean, there's the struggles there as well, so. For sure.
And I know you said COVID has had a huge effect. It's had a huge effect on all of us. Because I know years ago we used to do some baking for you. Are you still doing that, or no, because of COVID? Is that everything's come to a halt?
Well, no. So what we did with the baking this year is we've made it all store-bought, prepackaged.
Okay.
So we're still collecting the same amount of baking, but making sure that it's safe handled and for the families.
Okay, so
peace of mind.
Yes, that is a great idea.
For sure. So with regards to funding, like, is there any, like, I mean, as far as Candlelighters, I'm not necessarily familiar with the funding. Like, do you get government funding for your program? So you get 0 government funding?
Zero.
Okay.
It's all community funds and donors. So.
Yeah.
And that's something that I think it's really important for our members to know. Like, I mean, it's so, and like, I mean, as far as staff members, are there many staff members that are part of Candlelighters?
You're a volunteer.
Everybody volunteer.
Cheryl is laughing hysterically.
She's like, I'm the worker, I'm the volunteer, I do the pickups.
Yeah.
We have 2 part-time positions. So we have an administrator that gets a little bit of money.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Okay.
not a
So
huge.
it's hugely volunteer based.
And you're running very lean.
We are. We have tons of really great people that step up to help.
Yeah.
But again, COVID is impacting volunteers too.
Right.
What people are comfortable doing.
Right.
So we're doing a lot of porch pickups and porch drop-offs.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I put an ask out for a tree for one of our families, and someone dropped a tree off at a porch, and
Nice.
someone else brought it to me, and
that was it.
it was great.
It really does take a village,
Yeah,
doesn't
it
it?
does.
Like, it
Absolutely
really does.
Yeah.
It absolutely does. So when you do those welcome packages, what are in the actual welcome package that you provide to these families? Does it differ from family to family?
The basics are the same. There's gift cards in there for gas, Tim Hortons, Shoppers, and a restaurant card for in hospital and for traveling, and $200 worth of parking passes. So that's, 20 visits, which typically the first month the child is diagnosed, they're in hospital for a month. So that covers almost their first month of parking. And then some sundry items to use in the hospital, journals and, mints and candies and
Chapsticks.
Hand
lotion.
Hand sanitizer.
Exactly.
Toothpaste.
Yeah, all the things, right?
Yeah.
You usually end up at sick kids not expecting to stay.
Right.
So, those
Yeah.
little things,
Yeah.
they don't cost much, but they are helpful when
Yeah.
you get when you're in there for weeks at a time.
Absolutely.
And so I know all of our members have donated $100 each, but if there were any members that wanted to do a little more, what are you in need of before the holidays? Like, do you need 100 toothpaste? Like, what do you need? What does Candlelighters need?
We're still collecting packaged cookies
Okay.
and gingerbread house kits.
Okay.
Let me write that
And-
down.
Yeah, everybody, packaged cookies. And where do they drop off? Like, how do we get this to you? Because Cheryl works full time. She's a nurse. She's taking the next 2 days off to help 4 new diagnosed
The three, yeah.
3 new diagnosed families that just got the world their feet knocked out from under them, right?
Sure.
So
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a couple places where people can drop off. It's probably easier to just message,
message.
Right.
figure out what's closer.
Yeah, and
For
Candlelighters
people.
is on Facebook and Instagram. You guys can reach out via social media. It's
And if
probably
you don't
easier.
have that information, send us an email. You have
Yeah.
our contact information, or send us a Facebook Messenger or message on Instagram, and we can always put you in contact with Cheryl to make sure that anything that you do have, we can always definitely make that connection for sure.
And the other thing probably is grocery gift cards. We have a few people whose pantries are a little bit lean,
Okay.
and we have a few families accessing the food bank, and I'd just like for them not to have to do that over
Right.
the holidays.
No, they don't need to do that.
For sure, for sure. No, that's good to know.
Okay. Do any of our members, I don't know how many are watching right
That's
now,
right.
with their glass of wine, I hope. We have coffee, but
I have
we have
water.
to- I have coffee.
Keeping
We have
it
to
real
drive.
here.
But I hope you guys have a glass of bubbly in your hands in your pajamas.
Mhm.
But do any of you have questions for Cheryl? Maybe. We have Sam White is going to read them. She's our IT girl.
Always helping us behind the camera
Yeah.
as usual.
We have-
Always shaking her head when we
have
give her
3
accolades.
We have, believe it or not, we have 2 iPhones and a camera going. We are getting so sophisticated, you guys. Oh my gosh. Pretty soon we're going to need hair and makeup.
Oh God.
But
No, you look good.
we also have, like we said before, a YouTube channel. I call it a station, and Sam like nearly loses her mind on me. But anyway, it's a YouTube.
Showing your age.
Oh my God! Change the channel. Anyway, we need some more subscribers because I think we only have 20. But so
That's good.
that's good. Oh, she thinks that's good. But anybody have a question? Anybody? I'm looking.
I think we
Oh,
asked all the
Andrea
questions.
says she has bubbles for you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Okay, what about me? Excuse me, my chocolate
I'll be
liver.
swinging by after.
I will say throughout your speaking, everybody has sent lots of love and messages, and are very. I've been seeing a lot of
Thank you for
messages
the
of
love, you guys.
thanks to you
Yes.
and the organization. So I've
Perfect.
seen a lot of those.
That's
Well, it's
great.
good that maybe we don't have questions because it means you've answered everything.
I think you've answered everything, and I think
It's
the nice thing, and if anybody does have any questions, they can always go onto your website, which is
Candlelighterssimcoe.ca.
good. Candlelighterssimcoe.ca.
okay. That's great.
And give them a follow on Facebook and social media and Instagram and all the things. All
Because
the
then that
things.
way, if there are any other questions or asks or things that you need, you can always follow along there.
We have a question
Oh,
in
yay.
regards to Ripple.
Okay.
So I'm a new member. Can anyone join?
Yes, anybody can join. So with
Yay.
Ripple of Kindness.
Welcome to new members.
Yes, welcome.
New
Tara.
and old, but
Tara.
welcome.
Tara. Oh, hi, Tara. So our motto is there is no limit to kindness, so there is no limit to the Ripple membership, because the more people that join, the more impact we have right here on the check.
Absolutely.
So, and we kind of set this up. Voting is done by SurveyMonkey. Payments done online. So we were kind of ahead of the COVID wave, to be honest. We kind of the social was the fun part of it, which we do miss, but really Ripple revolves around online. So
So that way
anybody
you can be
join.
vacationing when
Yeah.
we can travel again.
Vacationing.
At some point in our lives, when
She's
we
funny.
can travel, you can be on a beautiful beach
Yeah.
in the sunny south, and you can do your donation online, you can nominate online, you can make your payment online.
Yeah.
So we make it easy, so then that way you don't feel like you're not part of the entire process. And that's really what we wanted to make sure, because Barb and I feel like we repeat this at every social that we say,
Yeah.
but we did not create giving circles. We just think that we took what was out there and just made it a whole
Yeah,
lot more user friendly.
Yeah, we tweaked it a little
Yeah,
bit.
we just tweaked
Yeah.
it, and to make it user friendly for people that may not necessarily be present at an actual social.
Yeah, so whether you're a young mom with kids and you can't come out, or you're a snowbird, or you're just too tired to get in the car on a Thursday night, you're still
Exactly.
Or
part.
you're a nurse and you work nights.
Yeah,
That's right.
Cheryl's going to work after
There you go.
this.
She's going to work after this.
Yeah, there is
God
no
bless
limit to our membership,
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
which is
Exactly.
we love.
So a couple more questions.
Oh, yay, more
Just
questions.
a question in regards to the YouTube channel name. It's just Ripple of Kindness.
Ripple of Kindness. Sam says it's
I will
Ripple
show
of
it here.
Kindness. There we go.
Mhm.
So
Wonderful.
yeah.
And then also you have another question for Cheryl. Anything else needed other than cookies and gift cards?
Probably, I would say, still some gifts for 9 to 12-year-old boys and girls.
9 to 12-year-old boys and girls.
I
Okay.
think I got all my teens pretty much covered, which
Yeah.
is usually the tough group,
Yeah.
because teens are hard to buy for.
Yes, they are.
But
So they would like a Best Buy gift card, teens, or something like
Yeah.
that.
Or what's that store in the mall where you do all the video games and stuff like EB
Oh,
games?
games, right.
That was a very popular thing because we also did families through Rotary,
Mhm.
and that was one of the things that
Right.
they were wanting as well.
Okay,
so.
we have 2 more questions.
yay.
Cheryl, you're up.
Yay, Cheryl.
So are the children treated in Barrie or are most sent to be treated in Toronto?
So all kids start their treatment journey at Sick Kids, and no kids are treated in Barrie, but we have 2 satellite centers, one in Aurelia and one in South Lake. So for certain treatments or routine blood work, kids can go to Aurelia and South Lake, but all of the major chemotherapy is done at Sick Kids.
Okay, and then typically how long would Candlelighters support a family on average?
Good
You know what?
question.
Mhm.
It actually really varies. Childhood cancer differs a little bit from adult cancer. The treatments are generally longer. So for a male child with leukemia, they would be in treatment for 3.5 years. So depending on the age of that child, the long-term effects, the effects of the cancer journey on siblings, we may support that family. They may still be coming to meetings and accessing resources and our fun social activities, until that child is a teenager or beyond, because we recently started a teen group
Oh,
to
good.
try and support our teenagers a little better.
So you do have support groups that you do offer that, because that's one thing I didn't know.
Yeah, so we have, pre-COVID, we had monthly in-person support group meetings with art therapy running concurrently for the kids.
Mhm.
And then we have art therapy that typically, obviously, pre-COVID would
Yeah.
run, we do 2 semesters, and kids would work with a certified art therapist.
Mhm.
And then we would have a teen group that would meet every 2 months with just volunteer parents who had a child with cancer and do different fun activities to try and get the kids engaged with other kids.
Is this for siblings and
Yep.
for patients, whoever can participate?
Yeah, anybody. So we make sure that we try and hit all the needs of the family, emotional, social, financial, and then we do some stuff in the schools as well to make sure the kids are being supported if they're out of school or when they come back to school. So we kind of do a lot of things, that you maybe wouldn't think of. It's not all just about, the fun stuff. We're down there trying to make sure parents have the support in school, that they're getting the appropriate tutoring, that the kids, if they're having trouble, we get a lot of bullying, unfortunately. As kids are going to school and maybe they're bald and their classmates don't understand, or brain tumor children who've had surgery sometimes come with a few more, noticeable
Yeah, side effects,
differences
yeah.
from their peers.
Yeah.
So, we're trying to help support families through that.
But it's also important for kids to be kids and have fun. So I'm so
Exactly.
happy they're doing fun programs like that.
Yeah, so we're actually doing our first online Christmas party.
Oh,
Christmas
yeah.
party in a
Good.
box. It's going
Oh,
in this
that's
week.
fun. Oh, that's
Yeah.
really fun.
So,
Like via Zoom or
Yeah.
whatever platform.
yeah, we're
you're
using
using.
Zoom,
Yeah.
and we've been doing parent support meetings via Zoom
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
So it's been good. A learning curve, but good.
Yeah, we're all learning, right?
That's amazing.
So then just one more question back to Ripple. I think we had someone join a little later. They're just wondering again, the process, how do they join? They said it looks like a great group of people.
Well, you can get onto our web. So if you're on our website, you can go to rippleofkindness.ca, and you can go so if you go across the top tabs, and the tab, I believe, says join the Ripple.
Yep.
And so you can just click on join the Ripple. Make sure that you select the Berry chapter, because we have various chapters. You want to select Berry chapter, and once you do that, you can enter in your detailed information. That sends information directly to Barb and I, and then we'll respond to you. That's all you really need to do. Once we've received your membership form, then we give you the lowdown on the next steps, what to do, and how the charity works. But there is no registration fee. We don't charge you for anything. Your money goes directly to the charity. So when you pay Candlelighters, the money does not come through Barb and I. It goes directly to Candlelighters. We never touch any of the funds. They go directly there. You get your charitable receipt either from Candlelighters direct, or if you pay through Canada Helps, then Canada Helps will issue you your receipt as well. So that's, I don't think there's anything else. Like, I mean, that was a very Cole's Notes version of what we do. And if you want any more information, you can also send us an email at rokberry@gmail.com.
Yeah. And and like Marianne said, you can message us on any of the platforms. And once you are a member, we try to keep it low key. You just get an email once a month. We don't want the emails filling up your inbox, but we love to
unless you need to pay, and then we will chase you down.
Yes.
There is no getting away from us.
We will text you, we will call you, we will email you.
We will do whatever means we have to make sure that we get the money in. And just
we know we're just joking. We know life's busy. Life is so
but
busy.
It comes from a place of love.
Yes, and kindness.
Yes,
always kind.
Always kind. That's exactly
Unless
it.
you don't pay, no.
So we just have a few housekeeping items before we wrap up here. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say we're going to do the draw for the 3 prizes. Cheryl's going to pull them at the end.
Yes.
But so we don't know what next year holds for us. We hope that we're going to be in person in March. Thinking maybe not.
We don't know. June, let's say a hard yes for June.
Because that will be our 5th anniversary, and we are going to
party like it's 1999.
We are.
Party like it's 2021.
But anyway, we are going to have some fun in June. But in January, the next vote will come out. In February, we will announce the winner. In March, we'll have our next social. So that's for the new people. That's how it runs. It's quarterly. You do something once a month. You vote, you pay, you get together. So.
And read your emails, because when they come in, we do have information that makes it a little bit easier, and it's helpful. So if you read that information, we will prompt you every step of the way.
Right. So. And also remember, if we are sending you a reminder to pay and you have paid, we thank you. But remember, we are administrating 270 members. So sometimes a name or two gets lost in the crack. Or
sometimes you put down your married name and you are registered in your maiden name, or you paid by a business and we don't know that business name, or your husband's name, that, which is lovely, great, no problem. Just put a note whenever you're sending that information, paying on behalf of Jane Doe. So then that way
makes it
makes it easier. So then that way they know, and they can check it off, because they get a master list from us. And then once they have that, if they don't see that name on there, then they don't know who to apply it to. So it just makes it a little bit harder for us.
Krista May just commented, I think we're all ready to party. Yes, we are.
Yes,
Krista
we are,
May.
girl.
We are ready, my friend.
Awesome.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so I think we're going to do some draws. So the first prize we're going to draw for is for the Pampered Chef mason jar set. So I forget what it's called. Trish, you're going to kill me. It
is a mason jar lunch carrier set.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, exactly. So it's an amazing thing. I have 2 of them, and they are so great, because you can make your salad and then put your items in and stack it. Ooh. It has a little insert there for your dressing, your berries, or whatever you want. Okay,
Trish, I want one. Here we go. Drum roll, please. The winner is Ripple member
Lynn Jankowski.
Lynn Jankowski.
Yay! So Lynn, I'm gonna do this, because if I don't, what will happen is we'll mess it up. So I'm gonna put her name inside this bag. So Lynn, your item is here. We will arrange for items for pickup, we will email you,
Yeah.
and then that way we'll make arrangements for pickup. And last but certainly not least is this yummy blanket made by the madam beside me, Miss Barbara White from Barb White and Co. So, what did I just drop there?
You're watching.
Oh, my
Marianne.
watch.
Marianne needs a new
I
watch.
need to-
Anybody?
Christmas
I know.
list?
Christmas list.
There we go.
And the winner is.
And there is.
Juanita Garrity?
Oh,
Yay, Juanita! Good for you. That's amazing.
Juanita, I will come by over the weekend and drop that off.
That
to
is
your
a
house.
beautiful blanket.
I know, everybody was jonesing for that. I
Yeah.
got a lot of text messages. Is my name in the draw? Because I really want that blanket.
Oh, that's good. I
Well, I
hope it
think-
keeps you warm.
I was just going to say, do you make them?
I do make them.
She makes them and sells them.
I do.
So you can always reach out to Barb and she
Yeah.
can make one for you if you would
Certainly
like.
can.
So there you go.
It takes
Little plug
about 4 nights. So.
Does it really? That's
Yeah.
all?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Well, that is impressive.
Yeah. And do it blindfold.
She never stops.
I never
She
stop.
never
No,
stops,
I don't
exactly.
Never stop.
I was just going to say, I was going to make a reference to a movie, but we're not even going to go down that path.
Let's not go down there. So I guess if
That's
that is all,
Yeah,
thank you
I
for
think that's
joining us. We miss you all so much.
We want to wish everybody
Uh-huh.
happy holidays.
Yeah, happy
What-
everything.
Whatever you celebrate, we are wishing you all the very best this holiday season because we are so missing everybody.
Yeah.
And we would love nothing more than to be standing there having a glass of bubbly with everybody,
Yeah.
sharing hugs, laughs, and everything.
That's right. And remember, everybody, to ripple your kindness because right now in this world, we need it more than ever.
We sure do. That's right. So with that, we'll
Thanks
say
for
goodbye,
joining
everybody.
us.
Thanks for tuning in.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Station.
Station.
Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.